Hi, this is a short update on the ETS TOEIC test case. As a lot of you will know, the President sat and has promulgated a judgment in an ETS statutory appeal giving guidance on the current state of the Home Office's evidence. We all thought this was going to be a reported decision, but it's actually been published as an unreported decision. So it can be cited, but practitioners will have to use the practice direction on unreported decisions. The judgment is a very comprehensive judgment, and it goes through the Secretary of State's evidence. It rejects the evidence provided by the Secretary of State. It looks at the appellant's expert evidence and also the credibility of the appellants themselves. It gives them guidance on assessment of evidence when there's a refusal under the general grounds, and has some interesting comments on the Tanvir Ahmed case as well. So it's well worth reading as a whole, and you'll need to use the practice direction in order to cite it in curings. There is a head note. Let me just read you the head notes. It's on Bailey, and what I'll do, I'll put the link under this video on YouTube to the Bailey's copy of the full unreported judgment. But there's a judge's head note they've added, even though this is an unreported case. It says this: the generic evidence upon which the Secretary of State has relied to date in all ETS cases has been held insufficient to discharge the legal burden of proof on the Secretary of State of proving that the TOEIC certificates were procured by dishonesty in circumstances where this evidence, via expert evidence and otherwise, has been demonstrated as suffering from multiple shortcomings and frailties, and further, the evidence of the two students concerned was found by the tribunal to be plausible and truthful. So there is some guidance given, and there's a head note, even though it's an unreported case. But remember, if you're going to cite it, rely on the practice direction in relation to unreported cases. But that's the current state of play in terms of ETS TOEIC cases. Thanks a lot.